The search function in Excel searches for a character or a group of characters within a text string and lets you know where that substring is by returning the position number of the first character in the string you searched for. Here's what it looks like. And here's how it works. In this list of email addresses, we might want to know the position number of the @ symbol. So the @ symbol becomes our find text argument in the search function. And where do we want to search for it? In cell A2. So that becomes our within text. We won't use the third argument, it's optional, but the third argument means where do we want to start searching. In this case, we want to start searching from the beginning of the text, so we can leave that out. Let's close parentheses and hit enter. This tells us that the @ symbol is in the 7th position of our text string. Now, how is this useful? Maybe we want to extract the username. So we can combine the search function with another function, let's say the left function, because we want to grab all the characters from the left of the cell up to a certain point. So the left function says we need to know what text you're looking at, so that's the text in cell A2. And the number of characters we want to take would be not the 7th character, but because our @ symbol is the 7th, we want to take everything up to the character before the @ symbol, so that's -1. Close parenthesis, and that's our username. We copy to the remaining cells by double-clicking, and now we have the usernames. Now the search function is very much like the find function. It looks almost the same, but there are two main differences. One is that the find function is case sensitive, but search isn't. And the other huge difference is that search supports the use of wildcard characters. So let's talk about that a little. Wildcards are useful when the exact substring is unknown or when a partial match will be accepted. The search function supports the use of 3 wildcards. One is the asterisk. The asterisk represents any number or string of unknown characters, or it can even represent no character if you're not sure if that character exists. The search function also supports the question mark wildcard. The question mark is used to represent a single unknown character. That means if you know that there's one particular letter here, you can use the question mark to represent that unknown letter. And the third wildcard character is the tilde. This character is a kind of escape character. It can precede an asterisk or a question mark when we want Excel to interpret them as literal characters in our searches. So let's see how this works in this example. Here we want to search for the substring cent, C-E-N-T, regardless of whether that substring appears at the beginning, middle, or end of the text string in column A. So we can use the search function to do that. We want to find the text cent, so that's C-E-N-T, and it doesn't matter whether it has any characters after C-E-N-T or not. So let's put an asterisk. And of course we want to search for that in cell A2. And our result says cent is found starting at position number 1 for the value in A2. Let's copy, and we see the results for the other rows. Now what if we wanted to search for the word center, regardless of whether that word is spelled C-E-N-T-E-R or C-E-N-T-R-E, but we don't want to find words like this one, C-E-N-T. Here's how we'd use wildcard characters. So we could change this asterisk to 2 question marks and a space, because we want to ensure that we're looking for the word center. So that could be C-E-N-T-R-E or C-E-N-T-E-R, but it must be followed by a space. So the first one remains unchanged, but here's what happens. So for cells A2 and A3, we did find the word center, but for A4, we got a value error, and that's because there's no space immediately following the word center in A4. And of course, center does not appear in A5. Now let's find out how the tilde works. Here we have 5 sentences, and we want to find out whether they're questions or statements. So let's do a search for a question mark. So the text we want to search for is a question mark, but we have to precede that with a tilde Otherwise, Excel will misinterpret the meaning of the question sign. So we have tilde and question mark within double quotes, and the text we want to search for is located in A2. So a question mark is at the 15th character, and we can double click here so we have some questions and some statements. We can use the ISNUMBER function to determine if we do have a number coming out of this search formula. And if it is a number, it returns a value of true. If it's not a number, then we get a false. We can make this even more reader-friendly by saying, okay, if it is true, then we want to see the word question here. But if our return value is false, then we know it's a statement. And so now we know which sentences are questions and which ones are statements. So that's how the search function works. As you can see, you can combine search with many other Excel functions to get solutions to other problems.
Ready to learn more about Microsoft Excel? Then check out the full course on GoSkills.com. Click the link in the description.